to please settle down as we are about to start the program.
On your cue lang siya. Nakalive na tayo sa Zoom. Nakalive na tayo. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Philippines celebration of the International Day of Cooperatives. My name is Edmund, and I will be your host for this morning. And joining me today is my partner, the Director of the Credit Surety Fund Department, Attorney Mona Lisa Arriba Juarez.
Good morning, Doc Ed, and good morning, everyone. Today is indeed a great day for cooperatives, not only in the Philippines, but in the rest of the world, as we all celebrate the International Day of Cooperatives, #Co-ops Day, with the theme, Rebuild Better Together.
Yes, Attorney Mons, #Co-ops Day is the occasion where cooperatives join together to spread the word about how a human-centered business model sustain the values of self-help and solidarity, and the ethical values of social responsibility and concern for the community can reduce inequality, create shared prosperity, and most importantly, respond to the immediate impacts of COVID-19.
This is indeed a very special day, as all the cooperatives across the world, which totals to around 3 million cooperatives on all continents with more than 1 billion members, are simultaneously celebrating this momentous occasion.
In addition to that, Attorney Mons, the International Day of Cooperatives is an annual celebration of the co-op movements observed on the first Saturday of July since 1923 by the International Cooperative Alliance.
Yes, Doc Ed. And on December 16, 1992, the United Nations General Assembly proclaimed that the first Saturday of July 1995 will be the International Day of Cooperatives. And since then, the United Nations International Day of Cooperatives has been observed jointly alongside the International Cooperative Day.
Friends, before we start with the program proper, we would like to invite all of the participants and guests to spend a moment of silence and reflection as we start with our invocation to be followed by the singing of the national anthem.
Father, we humbly ask for forgiveness for all the times we have offended you. Of the blessings you have given us. Continue to guide and protect each one of us, Lord, that we may always walk in the light of your everlasting love. Of Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, with the prayer and the intercession of our Blessed Mother. Amen.
Manama, mawantog ka. Warap po ko iling ko. O Diyos, kahit busa ikaw lang ang simbahon ko.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
And now, we would like to call on Assistant Secretary Vidal D. Villanueva III to lead the cooperative pledge.
The cooperative pledge. As a Filipino, I am and I believe in the cooperative. Alone I am weak, but with others I am strong. So I commit myself to work, to cooperate, for all to be prosperous. Harmony, industry, I will value. Cooperative affairs I will attend. Responsibilities I will assume. The cooperative philosophy I will lead. One vision, one belief, one feeling. In cooperativism, my life I pledge. So help me God.
May I request our guests to please be seated? Thank you very much, Asek Vidal. And now, we would like to recognize our guests and participants for this event. We are really honored to have with us today our leaders and pillars of the cooperative movement in the country, starting with the President of the Republic of the Philippines, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. We are also honored to have the Chairperson of the Senate Committee on Cooperatives, Senator Juan Miguel Migs Zubiri, the Chairperson of the House Committee on Cooperatives Development, Congressman Presley C. De Jesus, the head of our mother agency, the Department of Trade and Industry, we have with us Secretary Ramon M. Lopez. And of course, the Mayor of Davao City, Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio.
We also have our CDA officials, headed by our chairman, Yusek Joseph B. Incabo, and the members of the Board of Directors, Assistant Secretaries, Abdul Salam A. Ginumla, Abad L. Santos, Mirla B. Paradillo, Pendaton B. Disimban, Vidal D. Villanueva III, and Virgilio Lazaga.
We are also joined today by the chairperson of the International Cooperative Alliance for Asia and the Pacific, Mr. Chun Seng Lee, and the director of the International Labor Organization, or ILO, Country Office for the Philippines, Mr. Khalid Hassan.
Likewise, we are also honored to have with us Dr. Judith A. Hermanson, the director of the research group of the U.S. Overseas Cooperative Development Council, and Mr. Sundip Kumar Nayak, the chairperson of the Network for the Development of Agricultural Cooperatives, or NEDAC.
And Attorney Mons, we also have our colleagues from the Cooperative Development Authority, both from the head office and the regional offices. And of course, joining us this morning as well, virtually via Zoom and through our Facebook Live, are the participants coming from the different cooperatives across the country. Let us all spread the word that we are celebrating this International Day of Cooperatives by clicking the like and share button in Facebook Live so that our fellow cooperators as well as other people can also see this event.
And yes, you may also share your screenshot captured moments and photos of the event and include hashtag Co-ops Day or hashtag Rebuild Better Together.
And for the next part of our program, we would like to request Assistant Secretary Virgilio R. Lazaga, Board Member 3 of the Cooperative Development Authority, for his welcome remarks. Asek Lazaga.
Thank you very much. His Excellency President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Mayor Sara Duterte, the father of our cooperative family, Senator Mig Zubiri, our ever reliable Mother Agency Department of Trade and Industry Secretary Mon Lopez, Congressman Presley De Jesus of the Lower House Cooperative Committee Chair, our beloved Undersecretary Joseph Encabo, Assistant Secretaries Lac Paradillo, Sam Ginumla, Abad Santos, Vidal Villanueva, and Penny Disimban, Chairperson Sandip Kumar Natak, Dr. Judith Hermanson, Director Khalid Hassan, Chairperson Chun Seng Lee, Mr. Federico Rosario, Ms. Maria Elena Limocon, Director Mona Lisa Arriba Juarez, Dr. Ed Acosido, distinguished guests around the globe, a pleasant good morning. Assalamu alaikum. Do you know that before cooperativism was discovered, the monotony and cruelty of work are the hardest on children, working 14 to 16 hours daily, standing, fetching, and holding them with hardly a break? And because of these, could you imagine that the average life expectancy of urban laborers then was only 17 years of age? It was not easy because of the emergence of competitions, loss of supply and demand, working conditions, labor practices in order to production quotas, unsanitary workplaces, and so on and so forth. But then, after these incidences, thank God, came the birth of cooperativism. Again, I could not imagine how God had bestowed and distributed the individual talents of men and women. During the year 1884, the year when cooperative societies were created somewhere in Rockdale, England, where the first cooperative of 28 Englishmen weavers banded all together, and created their business principles to guide their work and establish a shop to sell their goods. Back here in our country, Philippines, we did a lot of pro-God, a lot of pro-people, a lot of pro-government programs just to cope up with the basic needs like food, shelter, livelihood, among others, aim to link our cooperatives to the international market, particularly agriculture under my cluster, is one way of how we can address the underemployment or the unemployment problems and consequently alleviate poverty. We hope that you will all agree with us that the spirit of altruism is one solution we can do. And if we do this, this is as if we won in a one grand worth equivalent to $1,000 raffle ticket with a corresponding price of a trip to paradise should we all work together as one family for the cooperative world. With this, we can always say that we are all guided to adhere in our mandate, wherein we commit in promoting the viability and growth of the cooperatives as instruments of equity, social justice, and sustainable economic development. So may I now formally open our momentous celebration of the International Day of the Cooperatives, which we Filipinos are all proud to say that this occasion happened once upon a time in the beautiful islands of the Philippines, this 3rd of July in the year of our Lord, 2021. Espero que tendremos una asociación buena en el futuro. We hope we will have good relationships in the future. Thank you very much. Muchísimas gracias. Grazie. Shishine. Ji shukriya. Terima kasih. Arigato gozaimashita. Kamsahamnida. Salamat po and mabuhay to all our cooperative movement.
Thank you so much, Asset Virgilio Boy Lazaga, for the warm and powerful words to formally commence this momentous occasion. Once again, Asek, regards and thank you. Okay. As we celebrate this International Day of Cooperatives, friends, ladies and gentlemen, we shall be hearing solidarity messages from our international partners. And so we are privileged enough that these renowned people in the field of cooperatives are also one with us in celebrating this occasion. So to start off, may we hear a message from the chairperson of the Network for the Development of Agricultural Cooperatives. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all warmly welcome Mr. Sundip Kumar Nayak, IAS.
Good morning, everybody. I am very happy to speak live from India. His Excellency, the President of the Philippines, Honorable Chairperson of CDA Philippines, Mr. Joseph B. N. Caro, all other dignitaries, our cooperative brothers and sisters. I am very happy to participate live on momentous occasion and the grand celebration which the Cooperative Development Authority is organizing today to celebrate International Day of Cooperatives. On behalf of the Network for Development of agriculture cooperatives in Asia Pacific, NEDA, which is headquartered in Bangkok. I extend a very hearty welcome and best wishes on this occasion. On this occasion also, we remember our cooperative brothers and sisters who have laid down their lives in fighting the current pandemic. Our deep gratitude to them. As you may know, the NEDAC was set up in 1991 by the FAO, ILO, and ICA together. We are very happy to see that the CDA is an old member of NEDAC and continue very fruitfully to the activities of NEDAC. We look forward to working with the cooperatives from Philippines in a big, more engaged way to fulfill the objectives of solidarity. At this point, I would also like to mention that 2 years back, in 2019, NEDAC had taken a big step to organize the first ever International Cooperatives Trade Fair in New Delhi, along with other partners. A large delegation of 35 member cooperatives from Philippines had come to participate in this trade fair and sold their products in a very profitable way, which saw participation from 200 countries. This fair, which was held in October 2019, has led to many other
I think Mr. Kumar is having some technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. So I guess we can move on with our other speakers. For the next speaker, we have with us the director of the research group of the U.S. Overseas Cooperative Development Council, and she is the main author of the research study entitled "What Difference Do Cooperatives Make?" Ladies and gentlemen, let us all give a big virtual round of applause to Dr. Judith A. Hermanson.
Very good day to you all. On behalf of the International Cooperative Research Group of the U.S. Overseas Cooperative Development Council, I bring you cordial greetings in solidarity with the Cooperative Development Authority and the cooperative movement in the Philippines. It's a great honor to be among the distinguished speakers at this important event as we shine a light on cooperatives in the Philippines. The International Day of Cooperatives celebrates cooperatives with more than 1 billion members worldwide. Across the globe, cooperatives represent a powerful force for equity and greater good. They demonstrate the power of collective action combined with care and concern for community. We take heart from and stand in solidarity with them today. The research group is really grateful for our partnership with the CDA. Our recent research asked the question, what difference do cooperatives make? And we found in the Philippines that cooperatives make a big difference. The data shows if you are a member of a cooperative, you are likely to have an overall better quality of life, and this means being better off economically and having stronger social networks compared to people who are not cooperative members. This research tells a powerful story, and it is an inspiring one, especially for the post-pandemic world. Cooperatives in the Philippines are already playing a significant role in creating shared prosperity and strengthening social solidarity across the country. The fundamental strength of cooperatives comes from the energy, drive, and entrepreneurship of their members. Combined and
Secretary Roman Lepos of DTI, Senator John McGall of Zuberi, Congressman Pasley D. Jesus, Mayor Sara Duterte, Undersecretary Joseph B. Incabo, Chairperson of the Cooperative Development Authority, ASIC Virgilio Lazaga, our honorable officials and members of the CDA, distinguished guests from the CDA international partners, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and assalamu alaikum. The International Labour Organization is honored to join the Philippines celebration of the International Day of Cooperatives. Today's theme of Rebuild Better Together underscores the importance of cooperatives as the nation, like the rest of the world, struggles to recover from the losses caused by the COVID-19, even as the challenges remain due to the lingering presence. ILO's recommendation 193, or the Promotion of Cooperative Recommendations 202, 2002 recognizes the importance of cooperatives in job creation, mobilizing resources, generating investment, and their overall contribution to the economic and social development of the people. During this period of the pandemic, cooperatives have been also partners in the emergency response as they and others social and solidarity economy institutions have stepped up to support their members and communities. Globally, while the business activities for many cooperatives and the SSE institutions have been generally suffered during the pandemic, there are sectors where cooperatives were able to meet the needs such as food retail, financing, even in the health and care provisions. In the recently held International Labour Conference, a global call to action was unanimously adopted, emphasizing on a human-centered COVID-19 recovery that prioritizes the creation of decent jobs for all and addresses the inequalities deepened by the crisis. Cooperatives will be an important partner in ensuring a human-centered recovery. Here in the Philippines, the ILO, together with the Asian Development Bank and the World Bank, joined hands with the government, workers, and employers to map out the National Employment Recovery Strategy, otherwise called NERS, which was presented on the Labor Day this year. In both businesses and the labor sector agenda that were crafted during the series of consultation, support to cooperatives have been highlighted to strengthen the sector and help create decent jobs. We are happy to note that the executive order officially adopting the NERS was signed on the 25th June. We look forward to continuing work with together and our constituents on the human-centered future of work through the NERS and the Decent Work Country program of the Philippines. Thank you. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you so much, Director Hassan. And we do agree that cooperatives are really important in the recovery efforts of the country, especially in the implementation of socio-economic programs. And moving on with our next speaker, we have with us no other than the chairperson of the International Cooperative Alliance for Asia and the Pacific, Mr. Chun Seng Lee. And to deliver his message, may we request our very own Assistant Secretary, Abad L. Santos.
Good morning to all. To all our cooperators present from the national and international community, to our guests in government, to the men and women public servants of the CDA, my dear colleagues in the CDA board and our regional offices, good morning to all and mabuhay. My task today is to read the message of the Honorable Chun Seng Lee, the President of the International Cooperative Alliance Asia Pacific, or the ICAAP. Here's the message. Dear cooperators in the Philippines, it is my great pleasure to celebrate with you the International Day of Cooperatives 2021. Rebuild Better Together is the chosen as this year's theme, showcasing how cooperatives around the world are meeting the COVID-19 pandemic crisis with solidarity and resilience, and offering communities a people-centered and environmentally just recovery. In the face of the unprecedented crisis, ever since the outbreak of COVID-19 in the fields of health, agriculture, production, retail, finance, housing, employment, and education, social services, and many other spheres where cooperatives are found, we have witnessed how a human-centered business model sustained by the cooperative values of self-help and solidarity and the ethical values of social responsibility and concern for the community can reduce inequality, create shared prosperity, and respond to the immediate impacts of COVID-19. The commitment of CDA and all cooperatives in the Philippines displays through cooperative efforts of pouring help in the form of manpower, financial support, equipment, and numerous others is one of the best motivating showcases of how the cooperative movement of the Philippines contributes to help the country tide over the ramifications of the pandemic by their resilience and stability. To rebuild better, we need to continue upholding our cooperative identity and proving the advantage and contribution of the cooperative business model to the world, that cooperatives do not only care for the immediate response and recovery during the pandemic, but help communities become stronger in the post-pandemic world. I am convinced that with the values of cooperation and solidarity, cooperatives together will play an important role beyond the emergency phase and well into the medium and long-term recovery in the affected economies. On the International Day of Cooperatives, I sincerely wish the best of the future development of cooperatives in the Philippines and country's recovery in the post-COVID period. During these challenging times, I would also like to reaffirm our solidarity with all cooperative organizations in the Asia-Pacific region. We have full confidence that the cooperative values and principles can guide our transition towards not only a new normal, but a better and stronger future. Together, we can build better. Sincerely yours, John Singley, President ICA Asia Pacific. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chun Seng Lee. And thank you also, Assistant Secretary Abad L. Santos, for doing the honor of verbalizing the message of Mr. Chun Seng Lee. And we would like to acknowledge the presence of our Honorable Chairman of the CDA, Yusek Joseph Incabo. In celebration of the International Day of Cooperatives, we have invited two of the best cooperatives in the Philippines to share with us their experiences respecting or relating to a cooperative story of rebuilding better together with the pandemic. So here to first share a cooperative story is the manager of the Teachers, Retirees, and Urban Employees Credit Cooperative, or True Cooperative. Ladies and gentlemen, let's pay attention to the cooperative story of Mr. Federico C. Rosario.
Good morning to one and all. Isang mainit na pagbati sa ating kagalang-galang na Pangulo ng ating bansa. His Excellency, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Pagbati rin sa mga sekretaris ng iba't ibang departamento ng pamahalaan. Sa ating chairperson ng CDA, Joseph B. Incabo, sa mga directors ng iba't ibang rehiyon, ang mga masisipag na board member at secretaries ng CDA, mga kapwa ko cooperators sa international cooperatives, ang True Co-op ay bumabati sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Federico C. Rosario, manager ng True Co-op. True Co-op stands for Teachers, Retirees, and Urban Employees Cooperative. True Co-op started its operation on April 28, 2015 with 106 initial members and a fixed capital of 233,200 pesos. It operates within the province of Pangasinan with an office located at Pija Building, Biaksilag, Binmali, Pangasinan, Region 1. This is our co-op office. For our services offered, savings, like savings deposit, laboratory savings, TrueMax savings. Also loans, like regular loans, pension loan, agricultural loan, micro business loan, calamity loan, educational loan, emergency loan, and bonus loan. For our major programs, True Co-op is committed to promote and increase economic opportunities and benefits for its members and community. True Co-op also envision to improve the quality standard of living of members through progressive and productive industry. It also envision to improve the quality standard of living of members through micro-entrepreneurship. For our innovations, due to the onset of the pandemic, the cooperative adopted new approaches for the availment of loans, collection of loan payments, and with deposit withdrawal of savings. Collection, pre-approval of loan application, and pre-notice of deposit, withdrawal of savings deposit is done through phone calls and text messages. True Co-op continuously operates despite the pandemic that the country is facing today. Co-op services and financial performance of the cooperatives are quite affected due to limited face-to-face contact with the members. Collection operation is minimal. Some member borrowers have lost their jobs, causing the decline of financial collection. For our co-op social responsibility, we have co-op social services planning. Also, the Co-op Kapatid Program and Feeding Program and Senior Citizen Gift Giving. And also Clean Up Drive. Cooperators practice and adhere through virtues, where T stands for transparency and trustworthy, are responsive and respectful, unity and understanding, A, equality in equity. Other practices during the pandemic, True Co-op observes all the health protocols in and outside the co-op office, like social distancing, sanitation, and post-bac. We emphasize no face mask, no face shield, no entry. A co-op personnel is in charge to get body temperature of visitors and members coming to the office. They are obliged to log in their personal information. Other practices, True Co-op complies with the Bayanihan Act during the pandemic. Member borrowers were given extension of maturity date and without additional interest or surcharges. Continuation of loan interests were given to less fortunate members, especially those who lost their jobs. We have also ayuda or food packs to given to members. Thank you and happy Philippine celebration of an International Day of Cooperatives. God bless us all.
Is a clear manifestation that the cooperative is really moving forward towards the new normal. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will also hear solidarity messages from our partners in government. First up, we have with us the message from one of the staunch supporters of cooperative movement, especially in the local communities. She is the mayor of Davao City. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all give a big virtual applause to Mayor Sara Duterte Harvey.
Madayaw, on behalf of the City Government of Davao, I would like to extend my greetings to the Cooperative Development Authority and all the members and leaders of various cooperatives around the country taking part Indeed, the COVID pandemic has different, including our cooperative. And other services to your members. For we can develop our economy and our communities better if we do it together. And so to all the cooperatives of the country, may you continue to serve as a beacon of hope and a source of refuge for your members who are facing difficult times. Let us all stand united amidst the challenges and remain resilient and ready to face the future that lies ahead. Once again, congratulations, more power to the Cooperative Development Authority and to all the cooperatives in the Philippines.
Thank you very much, Mayor Sara Duterte of Davao City. Also joining us in today's celebration is the champion of not just electric cooperatives, but of all cooperatives in the Philippines. And he is also very supportive to the Cooperative Development Authority. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, I am no other than Committee on Cooperatives Development. Let's all welcome and give a big round of applause to Congressman Presley C. De Jesus.
My warmest greeting to the leaders and members of the Cooperative Development Authority, to the honorable guests and all the local and international cooperators with us today on these joyous occasions as we celebrate the International Day of Cooperatives. I would like to applaud each and every one of the cooperatives for your unwavering commitment and unparalleled service to your members and communities. Even in the midst of pandemic and various adversities, the cooperatives around the world still stand strong as a beacon of light and hope for the communities they deserve. I would like to congratulate the leaders and cooperators of various cooperatives for leading with wisdom, integrity, and compassion. Through your unparalleled commitment and genuine service, cooperatives have remained effective and resilient despite these difficult times. Now more than ever, the spirit of cooperativism continues to be prevalent as we help each other rebuild better together amid the pandemic. For the past year, cooperatives nationwide and worldwide have managed to cope with the circumstances and meet the needs of their members. They were able to deliver assistance and programs that provide opportunities for growth and success to their members and communities. I salute you all for your remarkable contributions to your society. Once again, happy International Day of Cooperatives. It is a great honor to be part of this momentous occasion and to be given an opportunity as the chairman of the House Committee of Cooperatives Development to further the goals of our cooperatives through legislation in Congress. Mabuhay ang mga kooperatiba. Maraming salamat.
Thank you so much, Congressman Presley. It is indeed a great thing for us that cooperatives, despite these challenges brought about by this pandemic, we are still here and we remain resilient. And moving on with our next speaker, we have with us the Secretary of the Department of Trade and Industry, our mother agency, no other than Secretary Ramon M. Lopez.
Ladies and gentlemen, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Nakikiisa po ang Department of Trade and Industry sa Cooperative Development Authority at mga kooperatiba dito at sa buong mundo sa pagdiriwang ng International Day of Cooperatives. The Philippines recognizes the power of cooperatives and how organizing and working together can uplift the quality of life of a community. As President Rodrigo Roa Duterte once said in 2018, nation building is no easy task, and it is not the responsibility of government alone. That is why we are here, fortunate to have the cooperative movement as our partner in this endeavor. In our country, there are at least 12 million cooperative members that directly employ at least 520,000 individuals. Ito pong mga kooperatiba may collective total asset na nakakahalagang 515 billion pesos. Ito rin po ay essential economic actors sa pagpapaunlad ng ating mga probinsya habang sinisiguro nila na ang ating mga mamamayan ay maaaring makilahok at makinabang sa inclusive economic growth ng ating bansa. Ang kahalagahan po ng ating cooperatives ay mas lalo pang napaigting last year kung saan ang local cooperative sector ay nakapag-ambag ng 6 billion pesos in cash, donations, at iba pang inisyatibo para tugunan ang pandemya. More importantly, they continually provide much-needed assistance to their members and the community. Thus, it is appropriate that this year's International Day of Cooperatives highlights the essential role of cooperatives helping to rebuild better together in a post-pandemic future. Offering decent and just recovery. Sipot ng mga government services at assistance sa mga probinsya. Halimbawa po, ang Pondo sa Pagbabago at Pag-asenso or P3 program ng Small Business Corporation ay sinimulan po ni Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte para labanan ang mapagsamantalang 5-6 loans. Sa ilalim ng P3 program, ang mga loans na binibigay sa micro and small businesses na cooperative members ay pinadadaan sa mga kooperatiba na ito. Another program, the COVID-19 Assistance to Restart Enterprises or CARES program, offers loans that have no collateral requirement and at zero interest to micro SMEs affected by the recent pandemic. As of June 25, 4.7 billion pesos na po in CARES loan have already been approved for 30,900 loan applications. Another DTI program that is helping cooperatives is our Shared Service Facilities Project or SSF project, which provides machinery, tools, and knowledge under a shared system to improve the competitiveness of micro SMEs. As of May 31, we've already established 2,867 facilities worth 2.1 billion pesos, and these have benefited 219,084 micro SMEs and created 248,138 jobs. Given this, our cooperatives rank first as cooperators with the most number established SSFs, and were also awarded as the best performing SSFs. To summarize, cooperatives will always remain an integral partner of DTI and CDA in nation building and empowering our people to achieve a greater quality of life. Again, congratulations po to all our cooperatives, and we wish you all a great International Day of Cooperatives. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay tayong lahat.
We are very much grateful to our mother agency, the Department of Trade and Industry, for having continuously initiated programs and projects for the benefit of the cooperatives and the MSMEs. Secretary Mon Lopez, thank you so much for that message. So moving on to our next speaker. Our next speaker is dubbed as the father of cooperatives. And to him, we owe the honor for having principally authored in the Senate the 2019 amended charter of the CDA. Ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged to have him with us today, and I am referring to no other than the chairperson of the Senate Committee on Cooperatives. Let's all welcome the Honorable Senator Juan Miguel P. Zubiri.
Greetings and congratulations po sa Cooperative Development Authority headed by USEC Joseph and Cabo, my dear friend, at sa lahat ng ating mga kooperatiba ngayong International Day of Cooperatives. I want to take this occasion to thank all of you for standing strong throughout this pandemic and really offering vital support not only to your members, but also to their communities when they need it most. You proved just how essential cooperatives are to our people and to our country, and how, as this says, we can rebuild better if we work together, and together we can help the Filipino help themselves. Again, Happy International Day of Cooperatives sa inyong lahat. Kasama niyo po ako sa patuloy natin pagpapalaki at pagpapalakas ng ating cooperative sector. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat sa inyong serbisyo at saludo po ako sa mga kooperatiba.
Thank you so much, Senator Zubiri, for sharing your message for the entire movement as we celebrate this special day for the cooperatives. It is truly an honor for us to have you with us in this occasion. And now, to showcase how cooperatives in the Philippines are coping up with and contributing in the efforts of the entire country in countering the effects of the pandemic, let us hear another story from a very famous cooperative in the Philippines. We have with us Ms. Maria Elena C. Limocon to share with us the story of Lamak Multipurpose Cooperative.
A healthy and safe celebration of the International Day of Cooperatives to all of us. A grateful thank you to CDA for this invitation. On behalf of the chairperson of the board, Dr. Delphine P. Tukip, and the general manager, Maria Elena Limocon, I am Ken Tenebroso, the admin staff of Lamak MPC. My heartfelt greetings to His Excellency, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, the committee chair on cooperatives in the Senate of the Philippines, Senator Miguel Subiri, and the House Committee Chair on Co-op, Congressman Presley De Jesus, for the Secretary of the Department of Trade and Industry, Honorable Ramon Lopez, and Undersecretary USEC Joseph Incabo, Chairperson of the CDA, and the board members, and to all our guests and cooperators, international and national, warmest greetings to all. Lamak Multipurpose Cooperative was a former Lamak Samahang Nayan that was organized by 70 farmers, mobilizing an initial capital of 3,500 in 1973. So 48 years in the serving of in the countryside. And 29 years from now, registered by the CDA on March 13, 1992, we are 29 years as a co-op. So we have now 42 branches and 7 satellite offices serving the provinces of Cebu, Bohol, Negros, Occidental, Leyte, and Southern Leyte. And our basic facts as of May, so starting from 70 members, we are now having 131 members, 196 members. And we have the financial from starting of only 3,500, our share capital now is 704 million, a total asset of 2.3 billion. So our programs and services is anchored with the social development goals. So this is our services, our saving products, and we have our loan windows, different kind of loan windows, and insurances for all our members. So diversified insurances for our members. And we have a Co-op Mart, bakery, a distributor of Coca-Cola in partnership with them. And we have the managed resort here in Lamak and Pinamungahan, Cebu. And we have a water system and refilling facility in our area. A gender cooperative fair. We are very proud that we are one of the awardee of Best in Gender Development Training. So we have a program on Lamak because we believe that success without succession is a failure. So we have this program on our youth. So continuous partnership with the Department of Trade and Industry on their shared service facilities. We have garments, design and prints. And we build up housing for our members. And our program on agro-enterprise development for our agricultural products like coconut, cacao, dairy, and the rest of them are the vegetables. So due to the COVID-19 adverse effects and challenges of the pandemic, we have a declination of operations. And our financial operations, our 41 branches temporarily closed. Only the Lamak main office here in Lamak, Pinamungahan, Cebu is still open. And all our resort was closed. We resumed on month of August 2020. Only the Agri, Co-op Mart, and Water System gasoline station are always open. So our members and officers, no face-to-face meetings during the ECQ, no conduction of annual assembly to members. And our employment also, we have a retrenchment of employees, offering early retirement for employees 5 and above. Then we have the forced leaves, the rest of our staff. Operating hours, 3 months, no work, no pay. Monday to Friday, only 6 hours duty hours, skeletal workforce. So we have we are affected also by the closure of our institutional markets with our agricultural products. But we have innovation at the take during the COVID-19. Before COVID-19, we we have this TWG, disaster team, for the business continuity plan. So we have disaster or a pandemic, we have a plan for us to continue serving our members. So a resolution was made for the assistance to our members and to our frontliners, co-op officers and staff. So we have also this rice distribution to the members and goods, and also giving of dairy products to our frontliners, and food aid through the support in partnership with the Jollibee Group Foundation for our frontliners. We have 4-month moratorium for all our loans, and employees and officers access to calamity loan. They have access to it with no interest. COVID assistance relief goods. Retrenched staff managed farm lot owned by the cooperative, so most of them. Then we have this in partnership with the Department of Agriculture, our Kadiwa, serving others to the small barangays, giving them access to their basic commodities, and also partnership with the DTI Livelihood Seeding Program, Negosyo Servicios sa Barangay, and the Anyog and Kaya program of the DA ACPC. And we have also this free range production for the marginalized women farmers. And we have this also a contest to our officers, staff, and members, the PPP, plant of the different kind of plants, herbal, vegetables, and ornamentals. And we have a conduit partner with the DA ACPC on the food subsidy distributions. Okay. And resolution mechanism, yes, we have this, and are the features and the innovations we have for the resiliency. So we have the fund taken from the dividend, members' equity, CGF, and fundraising. And we have this livelihood recovery program, a soft loan recovery program for affected by the pandemic. Assistance to members affected by pandemic and disasters. Then relief goods. Consumer access, all our branches, 42 branches, making the branch and satellite offices as outlet for basic commodities for our members. So also easy access to all their basic commodities. And we have also the digitalization of all our programs and services. So instead of closing our offices, we rather opening up of satellite offices for members accessibility or non-members who are encouraged to become a member of Lamak Multipurpose Cooperative. So in total, we have 42 branches and 7 satellite offices. So our value chain and agro-enterprise, these are the value chains we have. We have this farm school, agritourism site, and the dairy production, the dairy processing plant. And right now, in partnership with the Department of Education, we are serving them through their program on milk feeding. And the cassava production. And through the shared service facilities of the DTI, we have upgraded our processing plant of our cassava. And cacao production, we also in this, and processing of cacao into a tableya. And vegetables for our farmers, assisted with them. So we become suppliers to the rest through their Kadiwa program of the Department of Agriculture. And the coconut production. And opening up of our smart food value chain in partnership with the Department of Science and Technology. Rice and corn production, still we assist them. And hog raising. And also for the fishery folks on their bangus production. Partnership with Smart through the partner portal, digitalization. And we are very happy that Secretary Dar also visited us here in Lamak, and also Secretary Castriciones. Turnover of projects, these are the better normal innovations in partnership with the Department of Agriculture. And we also have this soft farm village. Soft means sustainable organic farm town. And housing village, still our second batch of our housing village here in Lamak, and opening up of our head office building. And conduct of financial literacy to our members and non-members. So That's all, convergence through the convergence of agency, NGOs, and POs, local, international, because we believe this is the key for we build better together. Alone, I am weak, but with others, I am strong. Alone, we are weak, but with others, we are strong. Thank you, and happy International Day of Cooperatives celebration to all of us. Good day.
At this time of pandemic, thank you, Lamak Multipurpose Cooperative, for doing your best for the greater good, for sharing or for showing care and concern, not just to your members, but to the community as well. Again, thank you for sharing to us your beautiful cooperative story. Moving on to the next. We have heard the moving, inspiring solidarity messages from our international partners and from the renowned local officials who are supportive of the Philippine cooperative sector and of all the programs and projects of the CDA. This time, we shall be hearing a response from the CDA. So here to do the honor of expressing the response of the CDA is Assistant Secretary Mirla B. Paradillo, Board Member 3 and Acting Administrator. Let's all give her a resounding round of applause.
Thank you very much, Attorney Mona. My highest respect to the President of the Republic of the Philippines, President Rodrigo Duterte, distinguished guests, Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri, Congressman Presley De Jesus, Secretary Ramon Lopez, to our dear Chairman Yusek Incabo, Mayor Sara Duterte from the City of Davao, my colleagues in the CDA Board, Assistant Secretaries Vidal D. Villanueva III, Virgilio Lazaga, Pendaton Dizimban, Abdusalam Ginomla, and Abad Santos. To our guests from NEDAC, Mr. Sundip Kumar Nayak, to Dr. Judith Hermanson from the U.S. Overseas Cooperative Development Council, Director Khalid Hassan from the International Labor Organization, and Chairperson Chunseng Lee from the International Cooperative Alliance for Asia and the Pacific, CDA officers and personnel, and to all the representatives of different cooperatives across the country, a pleasant morning to all of you. In the survey conducted by the agency in 2020 on the effects of the pandemic to cooperatives in the country, 88% indicated that their cooperative operations were greatly affected. 86% mentioned that their members were all affected by the pandemic due to lesser income generating activities, closure of businesses, and the members are likely to have more loans during the periods. While 82% indicated that they incurred losses. These are just a few of the scenarios of glooming realities that we faced from the onset of this pandemic. However, cooperatives remained resilient to withstand the test of the times. With the collective efforts of the agencies of government and the cooperative sector, programs and activities were implemented to enable the sector to implement measures towards recovery and business continuity and contribute to the country's overall efforts in combating the effects of the pandemic, including the implementation of the administration's four-pillar socioeconomic strategy against COVID-19. As the line in the cooperative pledge goes, alone I am weak, but with others I am strong. So I commit myself to work, to cooperate for all to be prosperous. We must all we must all strive hard to help each other rise again from this crisis, as the cooperative movement in the country will remain strong if we all continue to work together. We all did it from the start of the pandemic when we provided assistance not only to our members, but to the rest of the community by showcasing the Bayanihan spirit. Earlier, we saw the stories of the teachers, retirees, and urban employees credit cooperative, and the Lamak Multipurpose Cooperative, where they showcased on how they are meeting the COVID-19 pandemic crisis with solidarity and resilient while offering communities a people-centered and environmentally just recovery. I would like to thank all the guests and participants this morning as we celebrate the International Day of Cooperative across the world. Let us continue to cooperate and work together as we transition into the new normal. Let us continue to show the world how we can rebuild better together through our continued efforts as one cohesive cooperative movement. We will rise as one. Thank you very much and stay safe, everyone.
Thank you so much, ASEC Mirla B. Paradillo. Indeed, we will all rise together as one cohesive cooperative movement in the country. And now, we would like to request our very own chairman, Undersecretary Joseph B. Encabo, to do the honors of introducing our guest speaker for this event.
Ladies and gentlemen, to all cooperative leaders, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
I join the entire cooperative movement in celebrating the International Day of Cooperatives. I hope that the challenges that your sector has surmounted during the COVID-19 pandemic will serve as a reminder of the importance of working together towards empowerment and inclusive growth. May this occasion serve as the driving force towards ensuring a deep sense of social responsibility as we create more sustainable paths of progress for all. Mabuhay kayong lahat.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for gracing us with your presence.